Hey, how y'all doing out there in video land? This is Toledo and Juno coming at you from the Wild Wild West. And, well, we just got a news flash for you guys. That's all we got. We just got a news flash. That's all this is, just a news flash. Alert. I'm going to call them alert videos. But Midway has these for sale right now for $250, people. $250. Go check them out. That's right. They got the new Demko, titanium Demkos, the very collectible one, very sturdy and strong one, if that's what you want. This has got a 3V blade, CPM 3V, with titanium handles and titanium backspacer. Linerless titanium, people. If you were to make a knife like this, original goat, it probably cost you almost $300. Maybe a little bit more. Because it would cost you more. I'm sorry. What did I say? $300? No. We're getting close to $400. If you want to make one of these through original goat. Because they're base scales, base titanium scales, which I actually do like a little bit better than these, because I like the texture, and I like the original OG1 pattern. I love the shark's tooth pattern. I love both of those patterns. You can get those for $200. But you won't have a backspacer. You have to use your backspacer that would come with your CPM S35VN blade. And those come with a 6061 heat-treated aluminum backspacer, which is really nice. You can polish it out and everything like that, but it's not going to match the titanium. I always wanted original goat to make backspacers that match their scales on the AD10. They always kept saying that they might do it, but they never have done it. So now you can get the cold steel model with a titanium backspacer and titanium scales. These are the smooth scales. The original goat, these would cost I think it's $225. And then if you were to get S35VN cold steel AD10, the best price I've ever seen for them going right now is for $129 at MidwayUSA. And you can make a really beautiful knife, because you can get to me, the original goat scales are a little bit nicer because they have texture and stuff like that. But these are really nice too, though. These are really nice too, and they got 3V blades with the Demko signature on it. You know, I mean, if you buy a S35VN model, it's not one of these, people. It's not one of these. Uh-oh, Juna's over there having a fur ball. You okay, sweetie? That's my girl. Let it all out. Grandpa clean it. That's my girl. You okay? That's my girl. That's my girl. She's having a fur ball, people. If you hear that noise in the background, that's Juno having a fur ball. There she goes again. That's a dry fever, done. Just a little bit of wetness, huh, sweetie? You okay? That's my girl. That's my girl. That's the grandpa girl. Okay, she's okay. That's the grandpa girl. That's my sweetie. Mm-hmm. Yes, my sweetie. Yes, my sweetie. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, people. Well, yeah, this is an awesome knife, if you ask me. I think it's well worth the $250. Well worth the $250, people. Mine came straight from Cold Steel, the Cold Steel website. I got them with my military discount because I'm a military veteran, U.S. Army veteran, and I got these for $280. And I thought that was a super awesome deal, because at the time they were going for what, $350 or something, near $400 or something like that. Because it was a $120 discount, so it was like a $400 what they were going for. Because you get a 30% discount through Cold Steel if you're military or emergency response and all that kind of stuff. And if you could prove it, you know, if you're in the military, you need a DD-214. If you're a veteran, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, this is a 3V blade, which is the best blade that they've ever made for these. I mean, S35VN is a very awesome blade. Japanese AUS10A for the light version of these is very nice, but this is 3V. To me, 3V is like the best steel you can use for a heavy duty folder. Is 3V. 3V, M4, or what's the other one I like? Oh man, I'm sorry, people. I'm going blank. It'll probably come back to me. Crew wear. There, I love crew wear. Crew wear. Crew wear, 3V, and M4. Those are my favorite heavy duty steel. Tough steels for heavy duty folders. I like Magna Cut too. But Magna Cut is one of the more rare ones. And when anything has Magna Cut, people, we know it costs twice as much as it should. But you can get good deals on 3V and stuff. 3V is properly priced, if you ask me. And same thing with M. You get fairly decent knives with M4. Matter of fact, Cole still has a new one coming out, and it's going to be the Swift 3. And that's going to have an M4 steel blade. I think it's going to be like a 3.5 or 3.8 millimeter thick blade too. It's going to be a fairly thick blade. It might be 3.5 millimeters. I can't remember exactly. And it's going to be a 4-inch blade folder. And it's going to be assisted. It's going to be an assisted axis lock. Or not axis. When I say axis, I meant to say Atlas. Atlas lock. An assisted Atlas lock. It'll be the first of its kind. Definitely want to try that one out, people. It definitely looks tactical. But this one right here, these are awesome, people. For me, these are my collectors. These are my collector AD10s. As you all know, I love the AD10. The AD10 is one of my favorite knives of all time. Especially when it comes to, cold steel triad folders. They got axis locks stuck in my mind. I'm sorry, people. But I absolutely love these. These are awesome knives, people. And the balance on these is a little bit handle heavy. It feels a little bit handle heavy compared to my aluminum models. So it feels a little bit more, I have to think about it a little bit more when I manipulate it in my hand. Whereas my aluminum ones, I don't think, I just do. This one I have to think because I have to adjust my mind to the weight of the handle. Let's see what it is. Oh yeah, it's handle heavy, people. That's the reason why. That's the reason why it feels like that to me. I always love knives when you put your finger at the finger groove. And if you could do this and the knife balances out perfectly like this, if it was to balance, this one's not balancing out perfectly, I'm holding it. But if you get a knife that does balance out perfectly in this position, to me that's like a perfect knife, perfect folder. Because then it's easy to manipulate in your hand. For me, these are collectors. Both of these are the titanium models. This is the one that's the rarest one, is the black one. This one is the one that you can get at MidwayUSA for $250. Not the black one, just the plain titanium one. This one's titanium also, but everything's coated black. I think they use a PVC, what they call it, a PVC or PVD coating. It might be PVC. I'm going to say PVC. But one more thing I want to say too is I love my carve. I love my carve, people. I love this knife. This knife is awesome. It's like fun to fidget with, and it cuts really nicely. I use it at work today, people. This is an awesome knife. And even though this is phosphorus bronze washers and Teflon washers, look at that. It acts like bearings. This knife has a very tiny tick side to side. I never adjusted it. People. This is the way it came from the factory. Only thing I did to it is what you saw me do to it, just put a couple of drops of oil in it. And this knife is awesome. I absolutely love it. And it's got good balance. Remember what I was just saying about this one? That's the reason why I had to bring this one out real quick. It's got good balance, people. This is $56. It's got an AD10 blade, which is not a it's not a powdered steel or anything. It's an ingot steel, but it's a fairly decent steel from Japan. It's like the upgrade from AD8A, and I love it. AD10A holds a good edge. The only thing about AD10A compared to AD8A is that it is a little bit more brittle, people. So you don't want to do things like, I don't know, trying to use it like a pry bar knife. Because you might snap the tip or something like that. because this is a little bit harder steel. And that's the difference between Oz 8A annealed and Oz 10A annealed. Is that this one is a little bit more brittle because it can handle a little bit higher heat treatment than the Oz 8A. Oz 8A is good. It's a really, a lot of people put down Oz 8A, but I actually like Oz 8A, people. It's really good for a tactical knife, if you ask me, because to me, Oz 8A is one of the easiest steels to resharpen. So it's like super easy to resharpen. Also, it's fairly tough because it's tougher than, it's hard to snap a 10A blade. All the original Demko test videos were mostly done with Oz 8A blades, weight hangs, and all the stuff that they made videos on. Most of those knives are Oz 8A blades, people, not S35VN. They didn't make that many videos for S35VN knives, or they made more videos for, I think, after Oz 8A would probably be the CTS6HP series, because that's basically what came after Oz 8A, and then S35VN came towards the end of the company. So they didn't make S35VN knives for too long before the company ended and went to GSM. But anyway, this is a new design. This is not an old design. Whereas this is an old design. This is an Andrew Demko. This is an Andrew Demko knife. I don't know who designed this one. And I love it. It's a great utility knife. That's why I would categorize this one, a tactical utility knife. But anyway, people, let's end this one. Put this one back in my pocket. That's where it's gonna be for this week. But yeah, MidwayUSA, $250 for it. This one, people. And I absolutely love this one too. All right. Put them on the Demko side. Peace out, Stiletto.